Hello and welcome to the void. This is just the white wall that's behind me. Oh my god, should we leave it like this? This is insane. So the reason that I'm in a white void right now is because I did my own color season analysis. I've been getting so many comments lately in my color theory videos of folks being like, look, I did a color season analysis or paid to have one done. They are a thing that you go and get done usually by a professional. I'm sure that you've seen the videos of people holding colors up underneath them and stuff like that and making all the decisions with all the, you know, the flappy pieces of fabric and stuff like that. People have told me basically that it's an incredibly helpful thing for them to have found their color season and where they lie in the actual season itself and stuff like that in order to understand better the colors that are going to look good on them. I was skeptical. And I happened to run across a video by a lovely creator named Siobhan. I will link her video down below. I mean, she's gotta have earth sign in her chart. Like, she does this really great, beautiful, in-depth, well-lit, well-shot, well-explained step-by-step on how she did her own color analysis, seasonal color analysis at home for free. It involves going to the hardware store and getting one of every single paint swatch. I did what she did. I went to the hardware store, got all the colors, and then I broke the colors up basically into their families. So y'all are about to see me go through the entire process in diagnosing myself all the way down to my subgroup of my color season. But there's a little bit of a spoiler, right? And that is that, like, I'm already wearing gold jewelry, and that is definitely a sign of someone with a warm undertone. It's kind of hard not to have these preconceived notions anyway, but you'll know how much I love my gold jewelry. And that brings me to today's sponsor, y'all. I am a VIP longtime partner with Luisa. They are a beautiful carbon neutral jewelry company that uses only recycled gold for all of their jewelry. I am wearing some new stuff today as well as some older pieces. I love to just richen the stack. I'm a person who loves being laden in jewelry. I love to adorn myself, and it is almost always entirely Luisa on me because they have such versatile pieces, and over the years I have just continued to collect them and they've stood the test of time. So today I have, honestly y'all, their hoop collection is ridiculous. Go on their website if you're like a hoops person and you're looking for like the perfect pair of gold hoops. They also do silver, diamond, solid gold. Like, they really expanded their offering, but I am such a gold girly. Go to the website if you are in the market for hoops. It doesn't matter what it is you're looking for. They have it. They have every size. They have every profile. They have thick, thin, cool, filigree, very simple, minimalist stuff. And these are the ones that I just got. They have a really nice weight to them. They're a really good size for me to be able to wear on the everyday. They never get in my way when I'm like lying down with my kiddo to, like, you know, take a nap or, you know, help him take a nap, cuddle him to sleep, whatever. Like, I never have to like take them off because of his pillows or something. They're just really nice. They go with my lifestyle, right? That's what we want out of our jewelry. So the next one, look at this. It's this little puffy heart. It's so beautiful. I like that it's kind of a statement. Like, it's a little bit, what would you say? Kind of like kitschy. It's a little bit modern, but it's done so delicately that I feel like it just fits with the stack, and it's just sort of a little bit tongue-in-cheek. I think it's really sweet, but also kind of cool at the same time. And then I got this bracelet right here. This one's also from Luisa. I've had it for ages, but this one that's the beads. I've had so many people commenting being like, yes, cool, whatever you're talking about, fantastic. Like lipstick swatches, who cares? I want to talk about that bracelet. It's these beautiful little gold beads all the way around, and it comes in different sizes, like different sizes of beads. Like this, I think, might be the largest one, and it's just gorgeous and delicate and still a statement, and it's eye-catching, and it's really comfortable to wear. People stop me and they're like, I love all of your jewelry, and I really feel incomplete until I have put all of my jewelry on. I love, like I said, to just be kind of covered in it as much as possible, as much as I can get away with, and I feel like it's kind of become something recognizable about me over the years. And I really like that you can find your unique style in the jewelry at Luisa because they have so many different types. They've got delicate things, they have sweet things, they have modern things, they have classic things. There's just something for everyone, and it all starts at $39. There are bundles that are also a really great savings on, you know, different earrings and different necklace stacks and things like that. I really encourage y'all to check out Luisa if you have not already, and if you have already, honestly, check them out again because they are always coming out with new stuff. And I encourage you, if you like something, to go ahead and go for it, because sometimes things last forever and keep coming back on their website, and sometimes, especially especially like statement pieces like this and this, will only last like a couple of seasons and then it'll be gone. So I know y'all are going to love it. Check my link down below. Thank you to Luisa for partnering with me today. And let's go ahead and jump into me in natural lighting, stumbling through my own seasonal color analysis. Okay, before we jump into me actually trying to diagnose myself, as it were, I thought I would do a quick little primer on the seasonal color wheel because it's totally unfamiliar to me too. I'm actually functioning on a 16 color version of this. There's like a 12 and a 16, but that's just because that's what Siobhan did. I'm using a picture of a 12 shade wheel because it was the highest resolution one that I could find. Everything is just really like low image quality and I am certainly not equipped to make one myself, so you're just gonna have to go with it. So the basic order of it is that you find your temperature, and that's gonna determine whether you are warm, spring and autumn, or cool, winter and summer. Then you go into your intensity, and that's gonna help you, I guess, decide which season you are, but then you also go into which season you are and you look at those color palettes. And then there are subgroups. Like I said, there are 4 that I'm working with. There are 3 on this one, but it's like true, soft, and light, or bright, or warm, or dark, or whatever it is. It is really inconsistent and really confusing depending on which season you end up being and which temperature you end up being. I find it to be really hard to follow, but I will try to set aside my preconceived notions. Now let's go to me with a towel on my head. Wow, this is so vibey and so not me. I have natural light, which I never film in, and you'll see the light is changing a lot. That's why I don't film in natural light, is because it's impossible to color correct. I would love to because it's beautiful, but like as a makeup reviewer talking about color, I need things to be constant. For the sake of this, I did turn on like very, very low my ring light, and it does have a diffuser on it. It's a neutral white. I hope it won't distort things too much, but I needed that because the light outside is so inconsistent. All right, so step 1 is to decide whether I'm warm or cool. So we'll start with the whites. Cool white, warm white. Warm white looks neutral. You know, it doesn't look warm. It looks white. It looks like you should white balance to it, kind of thing. That is quite a yellow white when you get it up close, but back here with me, hi, it's white, you know? I have another kind of medium white here. Maybe it'll help exaggerate it a little bit more. So, I mean, the cool looks crisp on its own, but it still is not like the best thing against my skin because that kind of milky color just looks a little bit more at home. It's a little bit yellow. I mean, you could argue that I'm neutral, which is another big misgiving I have about this, and that is that it really doesn't cover a full spectrum at all, because if you're olive, what are you? If you're neutral, what are you? You know, it's like we're not all warm and cool. I have kind of a gray versus a brown. So there's that cool. That looks great. And that is that's a cool gray. It's quite blue. I think it looks lovely. And then there's this brown that looks also quite at home on me. I'm like not sure if I would wear that color, but if I did, I think it would look okay. But that looks really nice. Yes, okay, it pulls out like the purple in my eyelids and the purple in my lips, but I still think it's pretty. Like I would wear that. No problem. But also I would wear it in clothing. Again, this doesn't apply to makeup. That's another reason that I'm just like, we're doing 2 different things here. So in terms of makeup, yeah, I would wear that color, you know, or some version of it. And then we have quite extreme temperature values. So here is a very warm yellow, and here is a cool blue. And honestly, I don't think either of them looks particularly good on me. You know, I kind of feel like they're both just too extreme. So when it comes to the whites, I feel like warm is better than cool. When it comes to the neutrals, I feel like it could, or like, you know, the ones that are in between on brightness and depth, you know, just like mid tones. I feel like I could go either way. And when it gets too bright, I feel like it's too bright on both sides. For the sake of this exercise, we're going to go down the road of me being warm toned, but honestly, if it goes off the rails, I might call an audible and go downstairs back to my swatches and just do a whole cool analysis and see. Because honestly, I'm not sure at this point, like what's going to look right on me. I feel like it's not really demonstrating much with this. Sorry to be such a hater, God. Okay, so next we move into intensity, and I think this is where I take my hair down, so bear with me. But what matters is that you can see her, right? Slept on. Very nice vibes. Okay, so I have two different intensity thingies here, right? And I'm sure that there are people who are going to like do this different ways. I'm following Siobhan's model, and I took kind of her simplified model after the fact, where she was like, these are the only colors you need, da 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 da. So I appreciate her for kind of whittling it down for us. So we're dealing with like an intense version of blue and an intense version of green, like, and a dull version of blue and a dull version of green, right? So we're gonna see basically like which one works better, right? So there is, ooh, that's pretty. That's actually the muted blue, believe it or not. Like it's quite muted. It's got a lot of gray in it. But back here with me, it looks like it really pops, you know? That's how you can tell I'm so low contrast. All these people in my comments being like, I just don't see how you're low contrast. I'm like, well, that's how you know right there. Because I'm like high contrast against something that is like very muted. And then this is much louder, you know? I'm not using technical art terms right now, but like that is not it, you know? That's not it for me. So even if like we're talking about cool colors, which this is kind of a warm blue, I'll be honest, but this is what she had, so that was what I used. I'm not like that great at this, but this is just for the intensity. This isn't for temperature. So then we have the greens, right? I don't remember what side I did for which, but it doesn't really matter. This is the very intense, woo! Like greeny yellow. You know, they didn't have any neons per se, but like this was as close as it got. And then we have the more muted green, which honestly, I don't think that one looks that great on me either. But I would paint my nails this color. That's another thing where it's like, you know, this doesn't really apply to makeup. It applies to like my clothes or like, I don't know, just like colors that look good against my skin, not colors that look good on my skin. Why do I feel like I'm cool? I'm having an existential crisis because this is leading me down such a strange road. Why would I be cool toned? Choosing my temperature before I took my hair down is just so strange because I feel like that's just such like a better color against my skin when I have my hair down. And that's like the warm white, right? Okay. Yeah, so it is, it's weird. I think that I disagree with the part of the process where I'm supposed to put my hair back because it's like, my hair matters. Like, I think that your hair matters. And I also, you know, think that obviously this is a very flawed system in the sense that people are not just warm and cool. People are like different colors, right? I think it's kind of arbitrary at this point. But we're going to go down the path, I guess, of me being warm because I just feel like when I put those cool tones up underneath my skin with my hair down, it looked like crap. So this might be why you pay someone. Now we have spring versus fall, okay? So we're just gonna, I'm gonna put them right here because that's what they do in the color analysis. You know, the ones where they drape you essentially, and hopefully we'll be able to see a little bit better. So I'm gonna try and kind of go color for color here so that we can like swap, right? So I'm gonna do spring on this side and autumn on this side. See, I have two reds here. So we have this like very bright orangey red, and then we have this kind of muted red. It's more of a true red. I don't like red on me at all, but I would say that, you know, if I was gonna put on a Santa hat, I'd rather it be that color. All right, let's do some blues because blue is my favorite color to wear. It really is. I absolutely love wearing blue. Here we have a spring blue. Here we have a fall blue. Do I hate either one? No, but the fall blue looks better in this case. Let's try a different fall blue. Ooh, that's kind of lovely. Let's do that against something that's a little bit more, I don't know, similar here. That's not bad, but I feel like that's better. Like I'd look better in kind of a Mediterranean blue than something that's got more yellow. Do you ever feel like you're losing your mind? I'm not mad at either of those because I like blue. Let's move into some colors that I don't like as much. They had the audacity in the spring palette to put this blurple in there. No, I just hate this color. Like I can't remove my feelings about that color. Like, could I wear it? Maybe, but no, I just don't like it. So that's one strike against spring based on feelings, which is like not the point. The point is that like I do know color theory, and so I'm constantly thinking my way around this. It's impossible for me to like remove what I already know. I'm doing the absolute best I can, but I am going to have little asides about my feelings. Let's go for something that I don't wear very well, and that is orange, just in general. So here is a spring orange that looks like a traffic cone, and here is a fall orange. I would wear that. That's very Hermes orange to me. Traffic cone, Hermes. You might have a different opinion, but traffic cone, Hermes. Still probably not gonna go buy an orange sweater, but this would be my preference. Let's go green. There's not that many of them in here, but like this is more the spring green, and that's like the fall green that they gave me. Again, I probably wouldn't wear this color, but it does look way better on me. Like it looks better with my hair, and it pulls out something really pretty in my lips. That's just ick. That's just ick. Why did I smell it? Oh my God, am I okay? Someone call Christina. She smells all of her makeup. I literally just smelled this. What a weird tick. Okay, here's another green. I didn't know that there was another one in here. That's fall. That's a fall green. Back to the, oof. I don't like this, but it's still better than that. Okay. All right, here we have a couple of pinks. Spring pink. Fall pink. Ooh, now we're talking about kind of an intensity thing and like a richness. Like neither of them is, ugh. Yeah, you go from that to that and it just looks like someone like watered me down. And I know it's because it's being mixed with white, but still. They're very similar hues, but they are completely different in terms of their saturation or their intensity values. So this has just been mixed with a lot of white. This just looks insipid on me. And I think that that has more to do with my like boyishness than it does my color profile. I just think that like I wouldn't wear that color because it's so girly, but I would still wear it in makeup. That's the difference. I own makeup this color. So, I mean, that's pretty. Another red from, ugh, that's like a berry red. It's like got that blue in it. This is from the spring palette. It's kind of that color of makeup, that candy apple red that looks horrible on me. It's like the one color that I have to work the hardest to make it work. So I do feel like my biases are coming out, but it is what it is. And then these are the remaining fall colors. Yes, but possibly still a little too warm. Clashes with my hair. Looks too orange against my hair. It's like an oyster gray. It makes me look like sallow and green. What's going on? Should we follow the cool palette? Y'all, that doesn't make any sense. I wear gold jewelry. Silver jewelry looks like crap on me. I really think that this is a case of they don't have a categorization for someone being neutral. I mean, I'm sure that they probably do, but it's like, Jesus Christ, at what cost? I'm gonna go grab the cool colors. I'll be back. Jesus, mother of God. I didn't think this was gonna be such a pain in the ass. And we're back. It took a second for me to go and gather the swatches because I will admit, I didn't think it was gonna go like this, okay? I did not think that we were gonna end up trying out the cool palette, so we might surprise ourselves today. Okay, so here we have the winter and the summer palettes, which look exactly the damn same, okay? I truly, like, they just both contain colors that I don't ever want to wear, but you know, I'm here for the process, right? Here for the beer. So winter blue, summer blue. Are y'all freaking kidding me? Are those the same freaking color? No, this one is summer splash. Not to be confused with billow, okay? Either way, they don't look bad, right? Like, would I wear that color? Maybe. We have Northbound. Those are the names of the actual paints. Versus Crisp Cotton. Wow. Crisp Cotton looks better. This also feels very arbitrary because it's like I had about 800 white swatches and I was just going on temperature, but like, are you gonna go to the store and be like, sorry, that's Crisp Cotton, not Northbound? No. If you need seasonal color analysis to figure out what looks good on you, you're not gonna go to the store and be able to discern the undertone of a white. I'm sorry. Especially without anything to compare it to. Let's go for some pinks. Ugh. Ugh. These are just, ugh. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. Winter pink. Oh God. I wanna wear it in makeup. I do not want to wear an article of clothing in that color because it would absolutely enter the room before me. Can you imagine a sweater in that color on me? Ugh. And then that, again, I would wear that color in makeup. But I mean, if you were gonna put me in a prom dress in the 80s, this color is better than this color. Yeah, summer so far. All right, we have some more blues because I like wearing blue. There's a winter blue. It's quite lovely. I love a nautical blue. That's just like a summer blue. Maybe I have something else that can go. Yeah, this is better than that. I wouldn't kick it out of bed for eating crackers though. This is another winter blue. It's a little bit too much for me. And this is still quite lovely. It does have that little bit more kind of purpliness to it than that. This is a winter teal, and this is oddly a summer teal. And both of them make me feel like a pool table. This one more so. Like, I painted my old bedroom this color and I thought it was great, but I didn't want it to match my skin, you know? I just wanted it to feel cozy. Those both look awful. Okay, winter, summer. I hate them both. And these are both winter shades and I just have them remaining here. So we have another blue, which is quite nice. Okay, like they look okay, but you put a wall behind me for like a photo shoot or something, but they don't represent my personality. Yeah, I feel like there are colors in almost all of them. I think with the exception of, I don't know, spring was a little, But I feel like there are colors in there that look good on me and look bad on me in all cases. And like the cool tones that do quote unquote look good on me, but like make me feel terrible. You're not gonna like suddenly make me like fuchsia because someone told me it looks good on me, you know? Like your feelings matter. It just feels so arbitrary. Look, here's what happened, right? I assumed that I was going to be warm by their calculations because of the colors that I like to wear. And so that was the road that I went down in terms of choosing these things for this video. I figured that would be the safe way to go. The thing I'm starting to really discover here is that warm and cool and all the seasons mean something entirely different in this context than they do when we're talking about them on my channel in terms of color theory, okay? They're different worlds. It is someone who broke things down, not just like, I'm going to take the elements of color theory and I'm going to make them simpler so that people can digest them and put them in capsule wardrobes that make it easier to digest. Instead, they said, I'm going to start with no knowledge whatsoever and I'm just gonna do what I feel. That's how it feels. Okay, so since I went down the warm road, I think that if I was warm, I would be autumn, and we need to figure out if I am a soft autumn, a true autumn, a warm autumn, or like a bright autumn. For what and why, I do not know anymore. I cannot put a fine enough point on how much this disagrees with my personality. Like trying to sort all this stuff out is not simplifying anything for me. It is only complicating it. Okay, so we're going to start with the two palest persuasions of autumn. Okay, so I have true autumn, which is like the second palest one, versus soft autumn, which is just like, it's too much. It's too much for me to manage right now. It's just so freaking tedious, y'all. I'm sorry. I understand that no one made me do this. I'm putting my hair up, for the love of God. And I also understand that this is why people are paid money to do this, because it's extraordinarily tedious, but I'm still going to complain because I don't know, I have to put my angst somewhere. Here we have a bunch of true autumn colors, and here we have a bunch of soft autumn colors. This will be very interesting because I don't know. Because like the thing is, there's a lot of these that are in common. You know what I mean? Like these kind of in-between brown shades are in there. I'm gonna go for the more extremes, right? I'm gonna go for whether I should be doing like this like light kind of coral color, which is in the soft autumn, or this like very, whoa, that looked coral in my hand, but it's very vivid orange. This very like soft terracotta. I think that that's gonna be a good comparison. This is where my brain starts kicking in, where I'm like, oh, those are comparable shades, just in different values. So like, all right, so soft autumn, absolutely beautiful. Would wear, so pretty. Would own a shirt that color, would own a sweater that color. I think it's goddess on me, okay? And then, that's pretty, but it's a lot. I don't even think we're gonna need to go into like the deep and the bright autumn. Like these are, I think I'm either soft or true. So this is kind of more of like an orange, right? That's a muted orange. And I can put that against a more saturated orange. Not as saturated as that one I just had in my hand, but yeah, this works. So soft autumn, that's true autumn, and that's a lot. It's just a lot, okay? Let's do like the deepest color in soft autumn versus, I don't know if they have like a really deep blue in here, which kind of tells me all I need to know about this autumn, right? Because there's not really a deep blue in there. And that's lovely. I just love wearing blue. There are so many other blues in this color palette that like all I feel like look pretty nice on me. Although a cooler blue also works on me. I just think blue works on me because my skin just pops like that. It brings out like the kind of like strawberry in my hair and the strawberry in my skin. It just makes me look healthy. And then, you know, we've got these like, they're not that comparable because this is a little bit more blue, but that's a true autumn green and I would never wear that. And I know that like we're not supposed to put our emotions into it, but like if I buy a color that looks good on me and then I never end up wearing it because I don't like it, like it matters. That just looks like grass, you know, it looks like your putting green. And that is quite lovely. Quite lovely. There is a sweater on sale at Kuehl right now that's that color striped with white. I might go buy it, okay? Whew, okay, I am learning some things, okay, after all. This has been quite an adventure. I just dropped a bunch of them on the floor, which I think means that we're closing in on the end here. All right. Ooh, I wear the crap out of that color. Which is so wild because if you hold these up next to each other, this one looks, it doesn't look yellow, it looks kind of brown. But on me, we're talking like red lipstick theory, right? I mean, they call it my red lipstick theory. That, you know, things kind of change on you. I have a pair of pants in this color that I get stopped in New York City every single time I wear them by multiple people a day being like, where are those from? And I'm like, they're 10 years old from Madewell. I bought them on a lark because I know that I wear this color really well. See, it's like it's part of Tiger's Eye. It's actually a color that's in my eyes. And so like clothing wise, I think that really works. That doesn't not work, but like this works better. Ooh, look how much, look, the muted just works so much better. It looks like what you think that this would look like on me, but instead that actually works better. Huh. I think I've seen all I need to see. So that is it for me, no makeup, white background. I'm going to throw to regular Kackie here for the outro. Welcome back to the void. I have some final thoughts as this was yesterday in my time that I filmed the actual analysis and I came out of it with some thoughts, but it was nice to let it marinate. First things first, I think that this is a process that works, obviously. I think that this is something that's really helpful for a lot of people. And so I'm not dismissing the process out of hand. I know that you saw me get frustrated. Like I said, it has a lot to do with the fact that it's different from the way that I was taught to understand color. And these groupings feel a little bit arbitrary in that context. And I understand that for that exact same reason, it can be very helpful for people who don't really process color in some kind of intuitive way. They just want to be told what they can wear, you know? Like that makes sense to me. It does. Another thing that I really think is that it's not 100% about the makeup. It's more about clothing, I feel like, and what's going to like flatter your skin. Makeup, we enter into a different world where your skin is often mixing with the color that you're putting on top of it. And so color season analysis isn't that helpful in that sense. Maybe if you're choosing a lipstick or something like that, that's going to be completely opaque on your skin. But from the standpoint of undertone, it doesn't tell you enough about your undertone, just dividing it into warm and cool, that it's going to actually help you pick out a skin tone match in a complexion product. It's just not enough information. And as far as color cosmetics, I feel like the world is so much bigger than what you might be handed in a seasonal color analysis that you can actually wear and would look incredibly beautiful on you in terms of makeup because A, there are so many ways to make something look at home on your skin that might not necessarily be super skin native for you. And I always want to kind of open up the world of color to everyone in terms of what you want to wear and what you like to wear. Two, we're talking about a color that looks good on you, but a color changes on your skin a lot of times. And so we're talking about a color that you would have to buy in order to put it on your skin in order to reach that color. And all of a sudden we have gotten way too complicated, just like way too complicated. I want to make this easy for people. And I think finding the the color of your undertone and finding colors that work with that undertone is far simpler than finding a binary of your undertone that's just a temperature and then trying to navigate your way back towards colors that are going to look good on you. The third thing, I think that in some cases, the shades, the palettes that they provide as your like results essentially are far too nuanced to be different from one another. And I understand that they have adjacent families of things that you can borrow from, but I think that anyone who needs help understanding what looks good on them probably just needs to know like temperature wise and maybe intensity wise, because once you drill all the way down to like your subgroup of your season, it no longer feels like a cheat sheet. It starts to feel very limiting for me. And I understand that that's not everybody's personality. I think that my mom would do really well with seasonal color analysis because she does just want the answer. She doesn't really want to know why. I'm here to tell the why, and I need to know the why. My brain, I'm a Gemini moon. We want the why. We always want all of the evidence in order to like form our conclusions, and it actually helps me to remember things and to be able to draw from my brain more easily when I have the context of the why. And so that's why I think that this is kind of arbitrary to me. It feels arbitrary because there isn't a real clear pathway for the user as to like how you reach the conclusion. You're just supposed to kind of trust the process and believe the results. The next thing, and I know I have a lot of thoughts here, but that's the point of the video. I think that from the standpoint of color theory and color analysis, seasonal color analysis diverges from the way that I would think about it, like on the color wheel, immediately. Like the color wheel doesn't look the same from the visual color wheel. And so to me, it's like they are just like two completely different thought processes. And I would argue they are two different personality types, because it's going to make some people feel comforted to have the answers, like I said, and it's going to make other people feel really boxed in. So in conclusion, I think that the thing I was really trying to solve for was like, how does seasonal color analysis integrate into the way that I approach teaching color theory on my channel, and is it something that I need to include? And I think that this was a really helpful exercise for me to understand firsthand the way that the process is designed to work, because it makes me feel more confident in saying like that is a world in and of itself, and if it helps you, that's fantastic, but that is not my approach. And I'm okay with that. That's why it's a big internet. I am not the be-all end-all authority on color theory. It's called color theory for a reason. Theory basically means that we're thinking about it. Like it's human beings who have theorized that this is a way to approach this that makes sense, but there is the light spectrum, there's the visual spectrum, there are a lot of different ways to look at color and think about color, and seasonal color analysis is just another way. It's just kind of like a school of thought, I feel like, and I'm just gonna be, to the best of my ability, approaching it like a painter and distilling those concepts down to things that I think apply in the most simple terms to makeup, versus trying to categorize you into a way of like understanding color just, you know, in the context of like, these are what I'm allowed to use. And the final thought that I have on this is you should wear what you like. That's the main reason that I want to open the world of color up to everyone and empower people to know how to manipulate those colors to work for them on any given look. It's not about what looks good on you always. It's about what you want to see on yourself today. And to have the why and the context to be able to understand what you're looking at in order to make those adjustments so that it looks good to you and it's what you like. That's what I'm aiming for. So it matters so much what you want. And I feel like seasonal color analysis really wants you to take away the factor of what you want. And I know that sounds like it's really negative, but it's just that it doesn't work for me. So I hope that that's just a helpful exercise. I hope it's not super biased sounding, but at the same time, I am a little bit biased. My background is in studio art and hair color, and I've been in oil painting class since I was 7 years old, you know, like I've always understood it through the lens of paint, not through the lens of seasonal color analysis, right? So that's just how I'm going to approach it going forward, but this was really, really cool and helpful. And I also want to thank Siobhan for making the video that she made. Y'all have got to check that video out. She is just adorable and charming, and she hits this point in the video where she talks about her jewelry and how her ex-boyfriend asked for earrings back that he gave her, and everyone in the comments is like, oh my God, what a jerk. I feel like Siobhan needs to be protected at all costs. Like, she's just so lovely. Go subscribe to her channel. I appreciate y'all for being here. I hope this was a fun exercise. Let me know in the comments what you think. I know this is gonna spark so much conversation and controversy. Let's try and keep it respectful. I understand we can get impassioned about these things, but let's not fight about something as silly as color theory. And I also want to encourage y'all to check out Ana Luisa using my link down below. I absolutely love everything that they've got on site right now. Let me know what you pick out, and I want to thank Ana Luisa for partnering with me for today's video. Thank y'all so much for being here. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you haven't already. This is what we do. We talk about color theory. I'll put a video up here that I think you'll enjoy if you liked this one. I'll put a video in the void, and let me know what you think about the void. Is the void helpful? I don't know. I love y'all. Thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.